Thanks to Vilnius University, it became possible to publish a book, namely the Voynich Manuscript. I already have more than 3,000 recommendations from all over the world of scientists who are really interested in decipherment, who are sure that I really deciphered it, which took a really very long time, to be honest, more than 10 years. And the most interesting in decipherment is the names of plants that are associated with ancient Greece, since the manuscript was written in Spain, where Greek settlements existed from ancient times, and through the centuries the Greek names of plants remained thanks to the manuscripts of Dioscorides and Theophrastus. There are a lot of references to this in the Voynich manuscript, which we will now read. And the most amazing thing, that not only the nomenclature of plants became the key to deciphering, but also the decipherment concept. It was possible especially thanks to such aspects as at first the articles, and then secondly, thanks to adjectives and so on. It became possible to identify the language that it was written in medieval Galician, which was at one time popular in Aragon thanks to the works of the King Alonso X. The lexicon of medieval Galician is predominantly of Latin extraction. The language was originally sounding like a cross between Latin, medieval Castilian, and even Occitan. Of course, the most important thing for deciphering was to find as many more medieval Galician words as possible, and the morphology of the plant also helped a lot in this. Now, of course, let's move on to the reading itself, because of the Voynich manuscript, no one has ever even read a word. And then 500 years have passed, and now, thanks to the key Lavanda as nomenclature of a plant, it became possible to read the entire text. Surprisingly, on the last page of the Voynich manuscript, there is one small inscription in Latin. Even this inscription in plain text, without encryption, no one could read. And the most amazing thing is that this proverb is very similar to the one that I found in the work of Johannes Rupesca. This is an ordinary inscription, as saying, and in English it can be translated that the wine will multiply and in the bowl. No one has ever read this usual phrase until now. Here is the deciphered alphabet that no one could read, and here is the text itself. The concept of decipherment contained not only the colors of plants, fruits, or flowers, buds, but also parts of the morphology of flowers, especially the root, because immediately in the text it was possible to find out the other locations of the word root. It was convenient to prove that this word is exactly the deciphered word, the root, and provides additional support for the lexicon of plant morphology. In Resumen, on one folio, the root is depicted in the form of tarantula, spidery as entomological zoomorphic implication. The fact is that, at that time, many sources spoke of Trentis, a word that since the 12th century came from the city Taranto, Italy. And this tarantula, this word do really exist in the Voynich manuscript. And after this word is written the word race root, which in both medieval Castilian and medieval Galician means root. That means race is root in English. And medieval Galician, according to Lorenzo, also. But this, of course, had to be founded because of how many scientists tried to read, but still the deciphering was here in the text. It was written using specific method of encoding algorithms, such as a substitution encryption of a polyalphabetic cipher with a partially monoalphabetic cipher, which indicates that a decipher was invented in the late 15th century, and the Voynich manuscript continued to be written even into the early 16th century. So let's start reading. What can we read, for example, about a beautiful flower that looks like a rose? So starting reading.
Groß, on nos, groß, recent, apal, want, raise.
which in English translation means a huge rose. And then, as in parentheses, it is marked once again that it's a large rose, that is as a plant name. It is a very strong plant with the thorns. Then there is a how text that can be read out. And there is reading in medieval Galician. Long raíz can be translated in English as a long raíz root. And of course, the entire text of the Voynich manuscript is quite readable. It says that this is a large plant, that it has buds. The Voynich manuscript makes a huge reference to the works of Dioscorides, Theophrastus, Lal, Rupesica, Villanova, and perhaps even Cretaeus. The deciphered alphabet is very simple. Even anyone can read the text, now in my decryption algorithm. Therefore, the results on the Voynich manuscript are extraordinary. So all the results need to be shown at once. Showing even a few results partially, for example, some letters from the alphabet, or the text A or B is very unreasonable because other researchers can understand the decryption algorithm and write the results on the text C, D, and so on. Thanks for your attention.